that the Aggies are ready to gig 'em. Kyle Field will be swaying and electric for this one. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And the game is underway with a kickoff out of bounds. Not the way you drew it up, but a great break for this offense. The offense set for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Golden. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Floats it out in space. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Looking to throw on second down. Fires to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday, what an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
They'll run it to the right side. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Showing the arm strength to the left. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Not only do they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Makes his connection. Touchdown, Texas! What a catch and run for 6.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. To the air, it's Reed. Pressure coming. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. Past the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the guy who caught that and returned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You've got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Trying play action. Got out of trouble and throws. Got it on the outside. It's Green.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Scrambling away. He's going to run it. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you can tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Moves away as he feels pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Barber. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
Fires to the right. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Looking for room, it's Moss. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Texas A&M trying to gig him in the red zone. Dropping back, it's Reed. Throws to the back. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they make... Offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Let's go. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into you.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah.
And the ball is picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
That's caught. It's Moss. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Wide out in motion. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Complete downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
The Longhorns have this offense rolling. They'll leave it with the lone back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Bulldoze ahead, he's down at the 18 after picking up 5.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
The give to the back. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. And that is no good. Missed a chance to stretch this lead. It's still sitting on 9. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Took them a little while to settle into this game, but this offense has it going here in the 2nd quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, a little bit of a feeling out process there early, but they seem to have found something. They're going back to the well, and they need to keep that up here on this drive.
Definitely, and they get the momentum going, and once you start getting the momentum going, it's crazy what I've seen in college football. It's so hard to stop it. It takes over, and sometimes it leads to enormous swings.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Touchdown, Texas! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Caught near the sideline, it's Watson. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
It's just so hard defensively to take your eye off this guy, especially on third down. You've got to know that at any given moment, he can take off on you. They've got to do a better job on the back end, keeping their focus on him. He's the one with the football, and they've got to be able to react or else they're going to get gashed like they did right there.
The Aggies will have it 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
To the air, it's Reed. This time on target. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route run. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Makes the grab. It's Barber. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
How good have they recruited in the secondary defensively, right? We've seen guys flying around with speed. They're breaking on the ball. They've got hands. Multiple interceptions in this game. They almost got another one right there.
Makes the grab outside. It's Green. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Looking down the middle. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Smokey the Cannon was firing the last time these two teams met as Texas pulled out a close one.
You know, when winning teams win a rivalry game like this, they get the bragging rights. That just seems like it's magnified in this state, though. That was a huge win for Texas a year ago.
Wait a minute, you mean everything's bigger in Texas? We've never heard that before. Obviously, when you beat the Aggies in a rivalry game, the bragging rights run deep for a whole year.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. On the ground, it's blue. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Longhorns will punt this one away. Here's the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. To the air, it's Reed. Quickly out to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not, and if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On second down, just keeps firing. He caught it! Takes it to the house! Touchdown, Aggie!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown, they cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. He pulls it. Here he comes on the naked bootleg. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moss. He'll be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point try fails, and the lead remains 10. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Still running at the 40. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And they'll finally catch up to it, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Back to throw, it's Reed. Pocket starts to collapse. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Got a man, it's Barber. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Fires to the right. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Shows him the stiff arm. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it to my running back who's really good after the catch, who's really good with the ball in his hands, but the defense did the job. They got him on the ground. They gave up some yards, but they forced the 4th down.
They'll run for it on 4th down. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. They give you 4 downs for a reason, and this offense decides to use every one of them.
Hey, if I had a back like that and I had this offensive line, man, I would do it too. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Roll the dice, give your guys an opportunity to go make a play, and they do.
Throwing right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball.
Touchdown, Aggies! And the comeback is on. He has been surgical, precision passing, using the scaffold, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. He'll bring it out. It's Golden. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught over the middle. It's held. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
That's reeled in. It's more. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. That took nerves of steel to convert that fourth down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the third quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. When the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big fourth down conversion.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
The D thinking brings some heat on third and long from the 44. Back to pass, it's Ewers. Takes the easy one to the back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives live? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Caught near the sideline, it's Allen. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, Texas 28, Texas A&M 25.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Dropping back, it's Reed. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Let's go.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They'll run play action. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see fourth down, but it's better than throwing another pick. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. All tied up here in the fourth quarter. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Motion from the offense. Looking for room. It's Blue. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Back to pass, it's Ewers. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the fourth quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here comes the Texas offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed behind the line. It's Blue. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Running back searching for a hole. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game, so I like when offenses...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Looking for a man, it's Ewers. Back open in the middle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his connection.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grab near the marker is held. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And I think that call will leave people scratching their head. You know, you're down a possession. You got to go make something happen. The clock is ticking. Like, we got to take some shots down the field, or we got to get our butts out of bounds after we make those catches.
No mystery here. Third in California late in the game. Defense knows they're going to throw it, so they're going to have a lot of guys back in zone coverage. These guys up front are going to be pinning their ears back. Quarterback better have the clock going off in his head.
The short hands, it's Moore. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football.
A shot toward the end zone. This is picked off in the end zone, but the officials are saying he was out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a huge break for the offense. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback now breaking the field. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Going for the big play. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Going up top on first down. Gets it out fast. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory and now threatening to get the score.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
And here's the third interception of the night. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
They'll try the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a chop for a huge gain there. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Throws to the tight end. He got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Oh, man. The quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. He'll take the deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense is in that fringe area. This is a place where a lot of coordinators like to take shots. They tried one there, just weren't able to come up with it.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. Sweet feet on the move. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left side. He's off to the races. Takes it to the house. They are down by 1, and the clock strikes 0.
How about the bomb by the offense? The Hail Mary, they go deep. The defense knows it's coming. But where are they? Where is the defense? You got to stay as deep as the...
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
That is the score. Texas A&M 37, Texas 34.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. We're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.